Okay, sorry for the delay. I don't know what is going on with this platform. It's great. It is a great, useful platform. I'm using Spreaker at the moment, and I've been using it ever since I started podcasting myself. There's other platforms out there that you could use, probably even better than Spreaker. But to get started and get you going, Spreaker, I believe, is the best podcast platform to use. You can change later on, but you'll probably get addicted to it. And what do you know? This episode is about addiction. Same with my previous episode as well. Also, what do you know as well? It is starting to rain. I'm outside right now doing this episode. Most radio broadcasters or podcasters do this in a homemade studio. They got thousands and thousands of dollars into their studio equipment. But if you are just starting out, don't do that. Don't do that. Buying studio equipment, especially if you don't know what's good, what to use, and buying the most expensive stuff, buying expensive equipment, it's not always a good idea, especially if you never know how a business is going to turn out. Just because one person is doing it doesn't mean you are going to be able to do the same thing too. Perhaps they got the funding. Perhaps they already got the equipment so they don't have to purchase shit. And I could just go on and on. I mean, you might have to buy more and more equipment after you bought your first equipment. And this can lead to addiction. It can. Because just like anything, you get excited when you see that new microphone. You get excited when you see that new computer setup. Again, though, when all the times I've been doing podcasting, I have been doing it just from one homemade computer, or actually two, technically speaking. They're not the best computers out there, because there are far better computers than what I got. Me, I just got just a regular setup, GTX 964 gig in my computer, and like 8 gigs of RAM. So it's not even something big, just something that I can use for business. I did use it for podcasting in the beginning, but then after a while, I started to realize that just being outside and doing a show is a lot more comfortable than sitting down with a big headset and a microphone in front of your face. There's so many different ways, so many different opportunities of broadcasting or just doing a regular podcast. Obviously, I'm broadcasting right now because I'm live, but after I get a chance to upload it, it will be a podcast. Now, getting back to the addiction part, or the OCD part, and all that godforsaken stuff. Okay, so later on down the road, you got your studio built, you got your business set up, but you still want to buy more and more stuff, and when you're buying all this stuff, you're not getting any money back. If you're not using the stuff efficiently, if you're not using the computers efficiently, if you're not building them efficient ways, if you're not using the right softwares, if you're not using the right programs, that can totally fuck with how much you will be making. Also, if you're not a very good speaker too, that is also a problem as well. So if you're into buying all these computers, thinking that you just need one more, and it will help bring in more listeners and more advertisers, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And what you should do is just buy one computer or buy two computers. One computer for a backup. The second computer will be your main computer that you will do your podcasting on. Don't go off buying more and more and more. Stick with one. And stick with your second one. Give your money to someone else, to your significant other, or to someone that you trust. That way, as you're doing this podcasting or business or whatever you might be going through at the moment, that way they would be trusted with your money, not to give it to you when you're about to perhaps buy new equipment or go off and do something stupid with your money, or perhaps go buy alcohol with it, which you shouldn't be doing because you want to focus on your podcast. So now that you're making, or now that you're into this podcasting, now that you're putting money into it, you've chosen to go the studio route and buy all these computers, but you're not making any money. So if you're not making any money and you're still buying shit, stop buying shit. Put that money away. Or give your money to somebody else. That way they can hold on to it and focus on building the business rather the expenses of the business. And by what I mean on that is stop, or what I should say is just balance your balance sheet out. Instead of minus, go positive on cash flow. Another thing too, if you're following all my episodes, how do you get more listeners? How do you make more money? How do you advertise? How do you advertise your show? How do you get more listeners and stuff like that? Well, see, if you noticed on some of my episodes, tend to change the name on some of it. I change, like this one is about how to, or this one is how to, or when, sorry, I'm gonna pause.